What happens when you go to sleep for 500 years and wake up to find out your annoying student founded an entire kingdom? Our story starts when Ken, the immortal god of magic, finally wakes up from a 500-year nap. Because immortality stops aging, Ken looks like a broke 18-year-old kid. And naturally, the arrogant modern-day nobles take one look at him and think he's just a peasant. A flashy noble walks up to Ken, points a sword at his face, and demands he bow to his betters. Ken just yawns, flicks the sword with one finger, and completely shatters it. The noble starts screaming for the royal guards, claiming Ken is an assassin. Within 60 seconds, the entire Royal Knight Order has Ken surrounded. And to make things worse, King Aurelius himself steps out of his carriage to see what the noise is. The arrogant noble starts laughing. "You're dead now, peasant. The king will execute you himself." King Aurelius stomps over, drawing his legendary glowing broadsword. The crowd goes dead silent. Ken looks up at the 60-year-old king, crosses his arms, and sighs. Then, Ken reaches out and slaps the king on the back of the head. The entire kingdom gasps. The noble starts cheering, thinking Ken is about to get deleted. But the king's sword drops to the floor. His aura immediately vanishes. The giant 60-year-old monarch falls to his knees and starts crying like an absolute baby. "Master Ken," the king yells, bowing his forehead into the dirt, "you have finally returned." The arrogant noble's soul literally leaves his body. He realizes he just threatened the god of magic. Ken just groans. "Aurelius, I literally changed your great-grandfather's diapers. Why are your knights so loud?" The fact that this 18-year-old kid is bullying an ancient king will never not be hilarious. The king stands up and slowly turns to look at the arrogant noble. "You drew a weapon on the founder of our kingdom?" the king asks, his voice shaking the earth. Before the noble can even apologize, the king strips him of his title and wealth instantly. The golden rule of Manhwa: never disrespect a guy who looks completely bored in a fight. The king then acts like a personal butler, begging Ken to come live in the royal palace. But Ken actually refuses. He just woke up from a 500-year nap. He just wants to go eat ramen. But the king literally clings to his leg, begging him to fix their broken magic system. Ken sighs, snaps his fingers, and accidentally fixes a 300-year-old magical problem in exactly 2 seconds. The entire kingdom collectively realizes that God is casually walking among them. And the best part? Ken just complains about how annoying they all are. This is easily one of the funniest weak to OP stories out there. The absolute disrespect is amazing. Later in the story, Ken ends up having to protect the kingdom from actual demon lords. And watching him treat world-ending threats like disobedient puppies is pure peak fiction. I highly recommend reading this one if you love comedy and insane action. But let me ask you a question. Who is the most annoying, arrogant villain in all of manga or manhwa history? Drop your answers down in the comments below. The one with the most likes will be in part 2. If you want more epic manhwa and manga recaps like this one, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss a page. Read good manga, don't mess with immortal teenagers, and I'll see you soon. Mozo out.